Today on the channel, we got a very exciting two-pack from McFarlane DC Multiverse in Bane Batman Knightfall Edition.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got Batman, we got Bane, we got Knightfall. But for all your Knightfall needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on in-stock items, anything over $79. Does ship free. Got to get a deal out there, of course. And this pack, I actually picked up at my local Target. Just chilling on the shelf, picked this one up, and the rest is history. That leads us to this moment right here, which led me to the moment as my childhood, and I'll never forget it. I dabbled in some Batman. I wasn't really thick into the Batman comics as a kid, but of course you knew Batman, you followed Batman, you saw it, and it was a huge deal, the old Knightfall storyline, and then that iconic image, which we'll see in a little bit here, of Batman getting broke over Bane's back, an all-timer comic book image. One of the most famous images, at least in my brain, I ever remember in comic books. Just absolutely shocking that Batman would get paralyzed, which then brought, Azrael, Nightwing, and the rest of them in the story arc there. And Bane was a certified big-time player after that, and the rest is history. He's had movie appearances, things like that ever since. So, very cool two-pack here, and it's not all about the Bane, as we do get the battle damage Batman, which is pretty cool as well with this set. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it, we're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's see what's going on with Bane and Batman. And we got a Bane like this in the past. We'll do some comparisons later on. Batman, we've had so many, it makes my head spin just thinking about it. But this one's definitely different. It looks like we got a soft goods cape on here. Might be making Lando Calrissian blush. We'll see what happens there. DC Multiverse, Batman, Bane, of course. What do we got? Age 12 and up on this one. You 11-year-olds, get the heck out of here. Mark Summers off today, so if he was here, he'd be getting you guys out of here. But I'll have to do the job instead. Batman and Bane, Knightfall, Batman, Bane, DC Multiverse, and there's that image I was talking about. Man, oh man, is he a big dude, and just breaking Batman over his back, just cracking him in half. A tough day at the office for old Bruce Wayne, if there ever was one. There's no doubt right there. But let's pull him out of the pack. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what all the fuss is about. Ooh, look at this background here. We got that T-Rex going on. Very interesting. You got to know the story arc there, but that's a cool background there with that T-Rex. I'm here for that. See you later. Goodbye. Like a young Chris Mullen. Yes, Chris Mullen. That's what it's like right there. Let's see. Can I get my razor blade? Let's cut these bad boy cards out, maybe. It just falls out. There you go. Okay, we'll read the card first, I guess is what we're going to do. Batman vs. Bane, Knightfall. A 2-for-1 card, I guess. The fight between Bruce Wayne and Bane is detailed in Batman 497. After 3 months, the exhausted Batman was no match for Bane. Bane pummels him ruthlessly before breaking Wayne's back over his knee inside the Batcave below the manor, breaking Batman's back. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Not a lot of story there, I guess, but it is what it is. But there it is, Plastic Prison. Look at those guys there. I'm going to take this offline, get all these twist ties, get everything out. We'll be back talking all things Batman and Bane. Let's get down to business with Batman and Bane. We're going to start with Batman. Not too hard getting out of the package. A little bit difficult to get that cape through. You always got to pull it through, and you got to be careful. You don't want to snag the cape. Nobody wants a snagged cape, of course. DC McFarlane stands, you get 2 of them. 2 figures, makes sense. Seen them before. We'll see him again. We'll dive into Batman here with his accessories. 2 gripping hands out of the package. We, of course, get 2 fists of fury. If he's going to ready to take on Bane, I can just see him. He's like this old-timey fighting. I can see that happening right there. But he's ready to take it on. Or he's got the maniacal hands. Who knows? He might go from the fist to this and just, like, give you one of these. Like an old-school grappler. Like a young George the Animal Steel back in the day. He's going to give you one of those kind of things. He could. He's got the hands to do it. Watch out for that, of course. 2 gripping hands, as I did mention. And that's perfect because he's going to grip it on this grip it and rip it, I should say, on this Batarang. He's ready to throw this right in between Bane's eyes if he needs to. Seen those before as well, this time all in a blue color. But now we get down to Batman here, and I love the blue Batman. A lot of people love the black, darker Batmans, but the blue and gray has always been very popular for me. That's where I first was introduced into Batman, so I really do like the looks on this one. This one really is bright and really does pop. And we do get a soft goods cape with this one, and we got wire in the cape. Todd, oh my gosh, wired cape, what's going on? Todd McFarlane from the couch, of course. Mark Summers also on the couch today. Good to see you, Mark. We've seen a lot more wired capes. We've seen a lot more soft good capes from McFarlane over the last year or so. I like a plastic one when it's done right, but I usually prefer a soft goods cape, and that's what we got going on right here. You got the black on the inside, blue on the outside. You got kind of those Batman rivets or whatever you want to call them on the back. Little piece of tape on there too. Nobody likes tape on the cape. We've learned that before. You got the little divots down here at the bottom looking very nice. A very nice ornate cape right here. Maybe a hair big. I will say that. It feels a hair big. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But a very cool soft goods cape with a beautiful wire in the cape for extra posability, things like that if you want to. Now the cape is not removable, so take note of that, of course. Diving into the head sculpt here, you got those big bat ears going on. You got the white eyes. You got the black around the eyes. He's got his teeth gritted. He's gritting those teeth. He's just ready to take on Bane. He knows it's not going to be easy, but he knows he has to do it, and he's ready to go. Little tear in the cowl on the side as well. It's battle damage Batman, of course. Little bit of blood coming down the lips. This is a Batman that's been through a fight, as we do know with Bane right here. Gray suit, as I did mention, it's torn and tattered. It's ripped up. It's been through the mill, of course. Got the Bat logo right there in the chest, looking good. Of course, you got that yellow utility belt looking very nice. That really brings the whole outfit together between the blue and the gray is that utility belt. Looking very cool there. Of course, you got those Batman fins or whatever, those daggers. I always use them as daggers in my playing days. But always love those on Batman. Very on brand. Got the blue boots as well on Batman. Looking really good right here. Arms all the way around for us. You get a bicep cut. Double jointed, non-pinless elbow. Still pins in these things, Todd. We got to talk about that at San Diego Comic-Con. Can we get the pins removed from these figures? Let's see if that happens. Butterfly shoulders on this one as well. Hands removable back and forth, side to side. Hula hoop plus traditional waist. I think this guy was supposed to have like extra bend in him or something like that. Yeah, he's got a lot of extra bend. So you can bend him right over Bane's knee if you need to. So he's got a pretty good bend in there on the waist. I think they did mention that when they solicited this figure originally. Quite the figure for sure, but a big bend in the waist if you need it. Legs do go up. Double jointed, pinned knees once again. Ankles back and forth, side to side, up and down. And don't forget the toe articulation. We got it, and we got the toe articulation in bunches, just like real world Todd McFarlane over there on the couch, wiggling them toes every single day. Looking good, though. I'm here for this. Going to straighten him out a little bit. How about that? Batman's soft goods cape from Knightfall, getting his back broken. All going down right here on the table today. An all-timer of a Batman, a really good Batman. I would almost like this to be re-released just like this without the battle damage, just regular version of this. I wouldn't be shocked to see that in the future. But now we get down to the big bruiser here. We get down to Bane. He's got two Fists of Fury hands. If you want fists, you can do that. Otherwise, he has the maniacal hands going on, just like we saw with the original version, which we'll compare to here in a little bit. But we get old Bane out of the package here, or Jeep Swenson, as I know him back in the day, of course. Shout out to old Jeep Swenson. Dead, of course, as we know. But he just got a little Lucha Libre mask going on there, and that's what I think of with Bane and his mask. That's what I think of. You, of course, got that cord back here, the cable going into him, of course, controlling the steroids, I think is what it was supposed to technically be without them calling it steroids. But making him big, bad, nationwide like a young Dusty Hill. Oh, passed away again. A lot of people passing away these days. Dusty Hill, of course, one of the all-timers. But looking very good with that wire disconnected here. Of course, a little blue to hold that in place. Blue matches the mask. Very on point, of course. Got his wrestling gear on in a lot of ways. He's got the singlet up here at the top looking very nice. Big black kind of combat pants and boots going there. Love the blue highlight colors throughout. Got the Booker T style gloves going on with the gripping gloves, weightlifting gloves, whatever you want to call it. And then, of course, he is ripped up. He is shredded up. He is a bodybuilder if there ever was one. Looking very nice. Veins throughout, muscles upon muscles. It is Bane, a big jacked up dude, of course, as we know. We do get the belt around here. Different belt than the last one, too. We'll compare that here in a second. He does got some hair painted up on the side. Could we have got real fur, Todd? No, not in the cards. 2028. Okay, 2028. We'll look forward to that in McFarlane Toys. Some real fur and real hair with these figures. A little bit of spine showing in the back as well there, looking nice. Of course, articulation, arms all the way around for us. Back and forth, no butterfly shoulders on this one. Single jointed elbows, hands back and forth side to side, hands removable. Head back and forth side to side. Very small head on Bane here. Got to mention that as well. Got the waist articulation, no ab crunch, anything like that. But you get the hula hoop up, down, all around. Big old Bane splits. Look at that. Oh my gosh, a gymnast in a former lifetime, I think. Leg does go up. Double jointed knees, very, very tight knees there. No boot cut, but you do get the ankles back and forth, side to side, up and down. And of course, you get that boot articulation, toe articulation, I do mean. Looking good as far as Bane goes here. You can see that height difference between these two. That's about right. And in some instances, like the back of the artwork, Bane is even more jacked up than this. He's even bigger than this one. So it just, I guess, depends how you do like your Bane pictured. But this one a little bit skinny, but I think a lot of that goes to we were getting the most out of our molds here is what Todd was doing. We were getting some reuse. And speaking of that reuse, we got him right here. Different skin tone color, of course. A little different color wires, a little extra wires on this one. Different head going on. There's differences. Different belt, of course. All black in the pants and the boots where we get some blue color here. Different enough to be dangerous right here, but I think most people, when they think Bane, they think Batman, they probably go back to this comic book. They go back to the Knightfall story arc. Pretty cool to get this after all these years from the McFarlane DC Multiverse line. And of course, we know Todd. He loves some Todd McFarlane. He loves Todd McFarlane, but he also loves Batman. That's what I meant. But Todd, you also love Todd McFarlane, don't you? Love starts with yourself. If you don't love yourself, how do you love somebody else? Really? Is that right, Todd? That's exactly right. Mark Summers co-signing on that over there from the couch. Shout out to Double Dare's own Mark Summers there. But Bane and Batman, a gruesome twosome two-pack. One of those images of the comic books from when I was a kid growing up that's just permanently ingrained in the mind. Kind of like the deaths of Superman as well. First appearance Venom, Carnage, first appearance Deadpool. A lot of those ones that I grew up in the heyday of reading comics, collecting comics. Things you never do forget there, and this is right at the top of the list. It made news back in the day, of course. But there it is, Knightfall, Batman, Bane. What are your guys' thoughts? Is this a pickup for you? A pass, a long game? Don't tell me it's a no game. It can't be, can it? Well, it could be. If you have this Bane, you might maybe not need this Bane here, but still a very, very fun two-pack, hitting Target stores, hitting online retailers as we film this video. So check it out if you're after this. Pick it up. You decide your thoughts on it. Of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over on Patreon. Patreon, the best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. And let me tell you, a lot of content, as you guys do know. Make sure you're checking it all out there. ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X. _Kyle_Peterson on Threads. And on Instagram. So for Bane ×2 and Batman, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.